You may remember me from my television shows in the 1980s and 90s. And now I host a regularly live streamed virtual magic showcase featuring some of the greatest magicians in the world. Welcome to Dr. Michael's Friday Night Wizard Emporium. And welcome everybody back to our special Halloween Bonanza. It's going to be scary. It's going to be fun. Most of all, thank you all for joining us this day. It is a pleasure and an honor. We have a great lineup. I don't believe the lineup we have who have agreed to come on this month's show. But let's start everything off right away. On video from the US, we have the great Edward L. Underwood. Let's put our hands together for Edward.
Flags on my truck, gun rack, strapped for luck. If you don't like, I don't give a darn. Rolling hard, gun truck, gun truck, gun truck.
There's no place for snowflakes round these parts. In my town, we work hard and break hearts. We ride the storms, we don't shed no tears. I'm full of fear, like I'm full of beer.
We say yes, yes, yes to everything in sight.
All we want is a perfect world for everyone. But without you and you and you,
And there we go. Wow, so important. We have in studio as well the great Edward L. Underwood. So let's bring him up and have a quick chat because it's so important what's going on right now in the US. I'm not going to belabor, I don't talk politics. Whoa. Oh, oh.
Hey,
Is that Ed or did he transform during
you
Halloween?
you said
I'm
to
not
come Halloween style, and I'm not lying. So,
Oh,
oh, there we go. That's better. That's better. Much better. Yes. Thank you so much for having me here today. It's always a delight and a pleasure. And thank you for sharing my little message.
so important, Ed. And you know you're appreciated every time you come on. I'd like us to share because we spoke about this before we went to air. I noticed in the video, and I know you have it just off to the side, what magicians referred to as a Harbin table, so named for the inventor who invented a lot of amazing stuff. And with the Harbin table, for those non-magicians out there, I'm going to explain. It looks like just a stack of something, and then you go boom, and it opens up into a really nice table. And there, much like that, there we go. Now that's an actual Harbin table, so it will hold likely more than just a tissue. I know there's a story behind that. So did you care to share the story behind the
I
heart?
I
Yeah.
would love I would love to, Michael. This actually belonged to a gentleman who was in active duty military as a magician in the USO, and he was killed in action in Korea. And I got that from an estate sale from Denny Haney many, many, many years ago. And because it belonged to that gentleman and it served him the way it did up to the end, I have never redecorated this table. It says all the original stains and dirt. And when I first got it, I thought, well, I need to repaint this and fix it. And I thought, no, let's not do that. Let's honor that man who gave to his country through his magic. And so that table has remained untouched from that day forward.
Awesome. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a real treasure, and a memento, and much more than that. There's a lot of emotion in that.
Yes,
Let's
there
talk
is.
briefly, Ed.
Mm-hmm.
You're one of the busiest magicians around. I know you are, that you and your lovely wife Karen, you do shows together individually. Your social media stuff is amazing and fun, and amazing and fun. And part of what you do as well is with a group, and I think I saw it on the screen of the video. I'll let you chat
Yeah.
or talk or brag
Yes.
about the three of you,
Well,
or all of the
yes.
above. So
I'm very blessed to work with a great creative crew, both in the show and behind the scenes of the show. We have collaborators like Trent Wrench and Ralph Forbes and Charles Schneider. But on stage, I get to work with my lovely wife, Karen, and magic legend Kenton Nepper. We've created a show called The Cinemagicians Real Magic Show. And it's a show that informs people how magicians were instrumental in forming special effects that when you go to the movies, you're looking at the subversive work of magicians, even though you may not see it through that lens. And that's what our show is about. So we love doing that. It's cinemagicians.com if you want to look at that. And we got a big double feature tour coming out in 2025. So you can take a look at that. It is, I think, a really great show with a great message. And that's why we're excited. Hey, wait a minute. Did you hear that? Oh my God! It's the American electorate. Its diaper is full and it wants an authoritative father figure. Help me. We gotta get, send help. Send help.
let's bring up Kenton as well, who's part of this madness. He's one third, if not more, of the magic and the madness, which is Cinematech. There we are, Kenton. Thank you so much for joining us this day. I hope Ed will be okay. I'm not sure what's gone on there.
The
However,
electorate's pretty nuts around here.
I love it. I love it. What's life without chaos? Peace.
That's Pete would be good, yeah.
Uh, Regardless, yes, I'm going to shamelessly promote our season 5 premiere tomorrow, Saturday. It's Magical People Live. It's my chat show, which I occasionally produce and put forth and host, etc. Basically, I'm a placeholder for Tommy Burnett, really, until he comes back. So we'll have about 9 weeks, and then Tommy hopefully will return to his chat show. But I'm so pleased, excited, and honored that you've agreed to come on the show tomorrow, Saturday, 1 p.m. Pacific, and that would be 4 p.m. US time. And of course, in the UK, it's only going to be 8 o'clock this time. It's going to be 9 o'clock next time. But you're sharing the stage with Robina, who's another one of our performers who'll be on in a little while. I can't wait to chat with you about what's really, really important, which runs tangentially, no, which runs concurrently with performing. And
Yeah.
you're all about that. So maybe we can chat briefly now about what we may be talking about tomorrow.
Well, there's a lot of facets to performance and magic. And in the Cinemagician show, we use magic and symbolism in movies, because symbolism, of course, is very important to me, and live music. As you know, music is incredibly important to me too. So we'll be chatting about some of those things and what's really behind all that, which for me, performance is about working from the inside out, and it's about sharing who you really are with people. And one of the things that we'll probably talk quite a bit about is what that is. How do you get to what you're really about? And then how do you present that to people in a way they can handle it? So, it's a challenge, but I think it's very important. We have a lot of people wearing a lot of masks. Halloween's over, kids. So it's time to be honest and be real with people while you're doing magic. And that's what I'm here for.
That's so crucial. That's so crucial, Kenton, as we know. And we're going to speak about your amazing intensives as well tomorrow, in depth. And also, I'm so excited because I recently read something that you shared, which I believe it's called Rage 2. Um, there's so much information in there. We'll probably only just tackle one or two of the topics on there. The whole thing would take years to either aid to master or to look at or discover even. But it's so crucial what you have to remind people about as performers. I mean, we're all after not just elevating the art, but a certain amount of authenticity, because I believe you'll agree too, if the real you comes out, i.e., your heart and soul, your higher self, if you will, with a capital H and S. I know that probably you and other people will know what I'm talking about. Then you can't lose. Then everyone's sharing some sort of experience on so many different levels that they may not even recognize consciously those other levels, but at the very least, they'll have an experience consciously. So, again, so looking forward to having you coming on Magic People Live tomorrow at 1 Pacific, 4 Eastern, and 8 UK time. Get the link. It's free, a free Zoom link. How can they go wrong, Kenton? I don't know. Um, from my Facebook page. And we'll look forward to chatting tomorrow.
I look forward to sharing energy with everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.
You betcha. Thanks. See you soon. And there we go. So excited. We have so much to give you guys. That's why we do it. It's just for you. We don't do it for us. We do it to share. I want to introduce my next guest, who we were chatting again before we came to air, where I first saw him. I moved from Toronto. Some of you from Canada or other parts of the world might know or have heard of Toronto, to Winnipeg, a lovely town in the Midwestern part of Canada. And then I heard about this magician. It was back in the 80s, probably maybe early 90s. He was doing schools, touring schools. And he was just amazing. Not just fooled me at the time, but also entertained me. So I'd like us, please, to put our hands together for John Kaplan from Canada.
Hi, Michael, and thank you so much for inviting me to be part of your Friday night magic event. This is a real thrill. I've stepped away from performing in the last few years, so this is a nice opportunity to get my feet wet again. And I've heard it said that the true test of a magician is whether or not he or she is willing to put their life on the line for your entertainment. David Blaine did it when he entombed himself in a block of ice in Times Square. David Copperfield did it with a daring raft escape over Niagara Falls. And Harry Houdini made a career out of challenging death with some amazing escapes. And that is why today, I too am willing to put my life in peril for your entertainment. I am willing to risk life and limb with this, the finger chopper of death. Okay, maybe I'll just be maybe I'll just be risking limb. I'm not sure, but let's be clear. I do need all 10 of these digits to continue performing sleight of hand. So the danger is very real, my friends. Let me introduce you to the apparatus. It consists of 2 pieces, a blade firmly riveted in place between 2 wooden arms, as well as the case into which it fits. Now, normally I would have a spectator from the audience assist me with this illusion. And you're all out there in Zoom land. Playing the role of unwitting spectator, please welcome my wife, Heather.
Unwitting.
Sorry. Did I say unwitting? Unwilling spectator, my wife, Heather. Thanks for doing this, hon. So as I was mentioning, the apparatus, 2 pieces. This is a stainless steel blade firmly riveted in place between 2 wooden stalks. The blade is sharp. It's solid. It may also be examined. That's close enough. And over here, no, I'm kidding. Go ahead, check the blade. Make sure it does not move. It's solid. It's exactly what's being described.
Yeah.
Solid blade. And over here, of course, is the case. Climb around inside there. Make sure there's no rabbits, no trapdoors, no bits of old finger.
Yep. Nope. It's clean.
Perfect. Thank you very much. As you can see, the blade goes inside the case and moves up and down. The case, you'll notice, has been provided with 3 openings, so you can actually travel the blade. Watch it travel from the top all the way down to the bottom. It's really in there. And in just a moment, somebody's finger is going to be in there with it. Thank you for volunteering. Don't worry. You're not going to lose your finger, but I am going to need you to use both of your hands.
Okay.
First of all, Heather, your right hand, I want you to grab onto the end of my finger.
Okay.
Before you do,
yes.
I know we have a few people here, maybe some concern. Let me reassure you, I do have one of these at hand. Of course, you know what this is. That's right. Product placement. Okay, Heather, if you will be so kind, I'm going to have you grab onto the end of my finger with your right hand, hang on tight, and don't, under any circumstances, pull my finger. Now,
all right.
The blade is resting on the top of my finger. You're holding my finger with your right hand. With your other hand, your left hand, I want you to hold it. Let's bring the unit about to there. Take your other hand and hold it flat like this. I want you to hold it right above the handle.
Okay.
In just a moment, on my count of 3, I'm going to have you bring your hand sharply down onto the handle of that blade, forcing the blade to the bottom of the case.
Okay.
My challenge is to escape from her vice-like grip before that blade ends up at the bottom of the case. Because failure to do so would mean a very painful, premature, and pointless end to my sleight of hand career. So, are you ready?
As ready as I'm
right about there.
Yep.
The count of 3. Here we go. Remember, don't let go of my finger.
I got it.
1. 2. 3 weeks ago, we had an accident. Just kidding. It was 4 weeks ago. Just in case, before we do anything further, I'm just going to place a little precautionary measure under here. You never know what can happen in a live broadcast. All right, are you ready?
Ready.
We're going to try it again.
Okay.
At the count of 3. 1. Ah! Oh, my God. Is this yours?
No.
Well, it's certainly not mine because you're still holding that finger. Arch,
yeah.
hang on tight with
Yeah.
your other hand. Grab the handle of the blade.
Yeah.
Remove the blade. Wait.
Nope.
Is it underneath my finger?
It is underneath your finger.
And cannot be removed until I remove my finger. Ladies and gentlemen, the finger chopper of death. Thank you.
Yay. Yay. Awesome.
Thank you, Heather.
Awesome, John. Let's chat briefly with you. That, you know what? And I'm not just saying that to be nice. That has to be the most entertaining routine I've seen for the finger chopper ever. Period.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I've been doing the finger chopper for decades, and it was introduced to me by my mentor Mickey Hades, who I apprenticed under from 1975 to 1980. Right out of high school, I went to work for Mickey in his magic shop in Calgary, and one of the things that I was tasked with doing was the fine tuning, the last step of putting these things into the package. Somebody else was building them, but I and other young people that were working for Mickey had to make sure everything was working properly with this unit. So I became very familiar with the finger chopper, and I was managed to pick up the rights from Mickey in 1996, and have basically been providing the world's magicians with that unit ever since. Um, it's a fantastic, versatile prop. I put the routine together that you just saw because I know there are magicians that are reluctant to do any kind of a routine that might endanger a spectator, that could accidentally hurt a spectator. And most people, when they do that routine, it's the spectator's finger that goes into the hole. Well, that's how I've presented it many, many times as well. But I thought, there's a lot of magicians that they're just not they're writing off a trick that has so much more entertainment value, regardless of whether it's a spectator's finger or not. So that's what kind of was the catalyst for putting that routine together. And I can't tell you how many times I've done it that way now, and I prefer to do it that way. And there's so often where the spectator, I always use a woman as the person hitting the blade down through my finger. So often they are just as shaken about the whole thing, and the suspense and whatnot is there for them, even though it's not their finger in there. So it really plays well.
It does. It's fantastic. And to reiterate, where else can somebody do it's virtually incomparable to the head chopper, those 6 foot or tall choppers, but this fits in your pocket and you can pull it out. It can be performed. I'm not just saying that to sell it. I really believe this. I'm sure, John, you believe me, and the folks out there do as well. But you can pull this prop out. It looks great. And in the old days, we used to say, oh, packs flat, plays big. But this, I believe, is even bigger than that. You've got audience participation with this amazing looking prop. And I was so excited when I read probably a couple of months ago that you were building them or building them again because they had been kind of around, but not really so much. They were certainly around in the 70s and 80s, perhaps the 90s. I don't recall now. The 90s is a blur for some reason. But in fact, when I read that you were building them, I thought, I've got to own one. I was probably the only person, only magician in the world that didn't own the Mickey Hades finger chopper, improved finger chopper. I was using something else. But you know what? I ordered it recently, probably about a month ago, and I've been playing with it. I'm going to put it into my routine, my close-up as well as platform routine. I'm going to do it on the Tuesday Night Magic Theater show on Facebook. Look that up. And the Wednesday and or the Wednesday open mic show as well. Look that up on Facebook, if you will, because it's so cool. You can use it on Zoom. You can do it alone. You can have an assistant from the audience. You can certainly do it in person. And so that was an unsolicited rather testimonial from myself. That's how excited I am about it.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's a great item. Just a great item. Like you say, it checks off so many boxes. It plays big, packs flat, put it in your pocket, instant reset. You can do it in walk around, angle proof, involves the spectators. has drama, has comedy, has suspense, has all the elements of great theater. It's just tailor made for it. It's one of those tricks that I always have one on me.
Absolutely. Now, let's say folks either want to get in touch with you to book you for a show, or say they want to actually purchase. And in by my books, I really believe it's really reasonable for the quality and the engineering that's been put into it. I believe it's very reasonable. How can people get in touch? We're going to put in post-production the URL, the web address. What is it, John?
Well, I have my store set up at my website, which is fundraisingmagic.com. And there's a store section where I have a number of original items, as well as the Mickey Hades finger chopper there. There are a number of dealers worldwide that are also handling the item. I didn't want to overprice this thing. And, when you start selling it through dealers like, some of the big dealers that handle a lot of the online market, the amount of discount that they need to make it profitable for them, it's not profitable for me to produce the item, which is probably why you haven't seen it a lot. I've always got some on hand, and I have had oftentimes issues with builders and being able to get supply. But since I picked up the rights from Mickey in 1996, the prop has been available with a few blips and hiccups here and there when builders were not available. But this last batch, I built them myself, and so I'm very happy with them.
Sometimes that's just the best way.
Yeah,
You can't always rely on other people. The best person to do it is often yourself as well. I have to thank you, John, so much for agreeing to appear on the
thank you,
show
Mike.
this month. Thank you so much. Let's put our hands together for John Kaplan from Canada.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure. Appreciate it. Thanks, Michael.
Thank you so much again, John. We're going to introduce to you someone who's been on the show a few times. I'm very grateful that she has been. She's one of my favorite performers. She doesn't get dressed up, especially for Halloween. She kind of always looks like this anyway, which is really, really cool. And let's please put our hands together for the amazing, yes, I said amazing, Ari Fleischman. Let's hear it for Ari from the
Hi
US.
everyone. My name is Ari Fleischman, or Ari Rose, as my stage name is. I am a professional magician in Orlando, Florida, and today I want to show you a bit of an experiment and training of the mind. You see, you're always in control of certain things that your mind does. For instance, you can control the outcome of your day just by your mentality. If you think positive things will happen, you'll see the bright things that happen every day. If you think negative things will happen, you'll see the negative things that happen that day. There's also the same thing with a few different things, such as pain, fear, and outcome. I want to show you an experiment using and demonstrating those things. First up is pain. See, pain is mental battle. We hear that all the time, but it really is true. I've studied the techniques to be able to control the pain receptors in my mind so that I can do things such as this. You can see the needle. There's a little bit of pain that always happens, but you can see it go straight through the hand. The hardest thing is pulling it out the other side, right? If I take this, go like that, we can pull the needle out of the other side of my hand. Like I said, pain is a mental battle. You can choose to stay in it, or you can choose to dismiss it. My next experiment is fear. See, most people would be afraid to take the needle. And swallow it. But what's a needle without a little bit of thread, or the equivalent for me, which is dental floss? Take the dental floss. Get a good length going on that. Take it. You can see it's a pretty big length of dental floss. Watch. See, fear is also all in your mind. It's all a mind game. The mind games we play every day with ourselves. So next time you think to yourself, I have no control over what happens, remind yourself, you do. It's all mental. It's all up here. That's the end of my performance. Thank you.
Wonderful. Yay. That was very impressive, Ari. I love
Thank
that
you.
routine. I've seen bits and pieces online, and I love your makeup as well. I notice you
Thank you so
retain
much.
that same yeah, I wish we could do a close-up, but
I know.
check her out on Instagram and you'll see close-ups of that amazing makeup that she has. What an incredible routine tied in with important life's lessons of a metaphysical nature. I'm a doctor of metaphysics after all, so I'm very familiar with what you were talking about. And I'd like to know where you come up with these effects. Does it start as an idea? Then do you grab props or do you work first with the props that you're inspired by? There's so many different avenues to go down by. And for the magicians out there, and maybe the interest of non-magicians or lay people, um, where are you coming from? How do you come up with a routine?
So for me, it can come a couple of different ways. I'm really big on the like personalization of magic and kind of making people feel something or think a little bit harder than just pick a card. Oh, I found it. For me, it's very important to have them have either a lesson or have it be personal to them, have it mean something. I can do it a couple of different ways. Sometimes it starts with a prop, such as this one. My friend Rocco Colt came out with a project called the Needle Project, and that's where this whole routine started. Other routines that I've come up with a premise first. So I said, oh, I want them to feel loved or cared about, and then learned a different routine further along down the line and was like, that's it, that's a routine that fits. So for me, it varies depending on what it is. I really like to make it personal to the audience and make them feel something, an emotion of some sort or a lesson.
And that's so, so important, Ari, in today's world, not only today's world, but in performance art as well. I know for a fact that you're a model. I believe you're a dancer as well. And I
Yes, sir.
know that you put your heart and soul into that. You know what you're talking about as a performance artist. Magic is one of your tools, if you will, in your toolbox. So is dance, etc. And when you're putting emotion, either consciously or unconsciously, into your art, whichever art it is, they're going to be moved either consciously or subconsciously, and it will change something on some level or another in their
Yes,
life, at the very least, perhaps even just enhancing their life, which is big as well. Um,
yes.
what's your website, or how can people find you if they want to book you?
My website is arirosemagic.com. You can find me on Instagram at Ari underscore magical underscore life, on Facebook as Ari Fleischman. You can also email me at arirosemagic@gmail.com to book me. And those are the ways that you can find me and get in touch.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much. I want to remind people as well, you know, but they may not know, you're coming on my chat show, my interview show in a few weeks on
Yes, I am.
Magical People, and I can't wait. You'll
Amazing.
add so much, first of all, to my show, but secondly, the way your mind works and how it processes effects, I know will be invaluable for our viewers. So once again, let's put our hands together for the marvelous Ari Fleischman
Thank you so much.
from the US. Thank you so much, Ari. There we go. And I'm excited about our next performer. He is someone I like and admire. I'm often amused and always amazed by him. And I'm pretty sure you've seen him on the Tuesday Night Magic Theater show on Facebook and or Open Mic Magic, also on Facebook. Let's put our hands together from the UK for the inimitable Roy Stone.
Help me, ducks. I thought I'd show you something tonight. A friend of mine is what's known as an abandoned hunter. What he does, he finds old abandoned buildings, houses, mansions, whatever. He likes to explore them. He's an abandoned explorer. He likes to explore these abandoned buildings. Now, occasionally, he comes across some strange relics. And one of them he came across is this box. Now, we're not so interested in the box. We're more interested in what he found inside the box. Which is two things, really. Nothing else in the box, just two things. An old light bulb, filament light bulb, and uh, and this envelope. The strange about this envelope, it actually says on it. Oh, we've gone back to Dr. Michael. Hello, am I still on screen? Oh, okay. Sorry, yep. The other thing we found on it was this envelope. It says on it spirit kit. Um, so we're going to have a look what was inside the envelope. Obviously, I've already looked before. So it was all tied up with string, old string. And inside the envelope, we found two things in the spirit kit envelope. We found, firstly, uh, a set of instructions. Um, and I've already read these instructions, so I know what they say, and it sort of describes about a certain person. I'm not going to say who this person is yet, but there's a person who like to dabble in spirits and the occult and different things like that. And they believe that they got the power to contact the dead and also get messages from the dead. And they also believe that they could tell people who passed on by people who were alive. So one day, a psychic researcher decided to test this person, and I'm going to say who this person is at the moment. And what they did, they used to show them photos, such as this. Oh, there we go. Oh, the light's coming. There you go, such as this. Different people on the photos, some living, some dead. Now, perhaps, Dr. Michael, if I could just have your voice, that'll be enough. We're going to find the person who believed that he got these powers. So I'm going to count down from 10. I want you to think of a number between 1 and 10. Just don't tell me it, just put it in your mind, 1 and 10. And I'm going to count down from 10. When I get to your number, I just want you to say stop. That way, we're just picking a photo, one of these photos. Let's show you the photos again.
Very good.
Let's see. Okay, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Stop. Stop.
6. Okay, so we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the sixth card is this person, and his name is Grant. And remember, if you'd gone one more, you'd have had Mark. Okay, so we picked a card totally at random. And I can tell you, you've done very well, because this person on the letter name is Grant. It was, in fact, Grant who believed he had these superpowers. And this is actually a light bulb out of Grant's room, his bedroom. Now, what he did, they'd shown photos, and you could say that person's living, that person's dead. And he was pretty good at it. To be honest, according to the letter, he's pretty good. So we're going to test you on that, Dr. Michael. So we'll start with Agatha and Jacob. So we're going to go for living first. Alec or Winfred? Which ones do you think is living?
I like Winifred, please.
Okay, Winifred. So we're going to use Winifred. Okay. Now we're going to go for a dead person. So we've got Alex or Jeff.
Let's go for Alex.
Alex. Sorry, it was Alex, not Alex. Alex. Okay. Craig, living, Craig or Judith.
Judy.
Judith. Judith.
Yes.
Living. Okay. One more time. Let's go for TJ or Naomi.
Naomi, please.
Naomi. Okay. Right. So up to now, you've picked a living and a dead person. So it's been a 50-50, really. So what we're going to do, we're going to put two more cards down. We've got Mark and we've got Cameron. Sorry, Malcolm and Cameron. Who do you think's living out of those two?
Malcolm, please.
Malcolm. Okay, so we're going to put Malcolm there. So you think sorry, you're going to put Malcolm there, and you think Cameron's dead. Okay, let's do it again. So Philip or Hugo? Hugo. Who do you think's living?
Philip.
Philip. Okay, Philip. So I put it wrong way. So we'll put Philip there. We'll put Hugo there. Okay. What we're going to do, we're going to leave all the rest as what we call in limbo. So these are living, these are the dead, these are in limbo. So let's have a look. Who you've picked? You've picked Agatha. You've picked Malcolm. You've picked Mark. You've picked Philip. Uh, you picked Winifred. And you think, okay, we're going to do one extra there, okay? Uh, so, so we'll put that one. I want to make it hard, so we put one to mix one back into the other side, just to mix them up a little bit more. So you pick Jacob. You've got Sybil, Cameron, uh, Cameron, Alice, Hugo, and Naomi. And I added one extra just from that side to that side, just to make it a little bit harder. And of course, in limbo, you've been left for the ones that limbo means that they're not living or they're not dead. Okay, so we've got Craig, Jeff, Jennifer, Alice, and TJ. So you had a pretty fair choice. It's pretty much a fair choice. But the strange thing is, now these are the ones you pick for living. That spells LIVING, because they were in fact all the living people from the photos. So you did quite well. And of course, this side, these are the ones that are dead, are in spirit. So you've got SPIRIT. So you've done pretty much as good as Grant. And of course, Grant, actually, no one really knows what happened to Grant. He just disappeared. So no one really knows if he's alive or if he's dead. Pretty much in limbo, really. And of course, the ones you pick for in limbo are GRANT, which spells Grant. So these people are living, these people are dead, but unfortunately, these people are just in limbo. Now, we're going to try to select something. What we're going to do, we're going to try and take the people to limbo, and it said in the thing, take the light bulb, and all I want you to do, Dr. Michael, is say, pass on, pass on, pass on, and we're going to try and send them to the other side. So if you'd like to say that, pass on.
Pass on. Pass on.
Of course,
Pass on.
they will then
Oh,
walk into
whoa.
the light or the
Wow.
light and find their peace. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Awesome. Roy. You know what? And I'm not just saying this to be nice. You never disappoint. You really, really don't. And I have to thank you so much for agreeing to come on this day. I'm going to ask you something.
Before you do,
And
I'd like to thank Kevin from your. Before the show, Dr. Michael, I was out walking the dog and I felt my leg went down a 2 foot sinkhole into my
yes,
garden. So I believe I ripped all my calf muscle. So, and I didn't want to let you down. So I've performed in pain.
awesome.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
That's so appreciated. Um, which genre of magic do you prefer? I think I know a lot of people that are non-magicians out there, they won't have a clue what I'm talking about. They think magic is magic. But is there a genre of magic that you prefer?
Yeah, I like to whatever genre of magic I do. I mean, obviously that was a little bit bizarre. I always like to have a little twist and a little bit of comedy in it, a little kicker ending, a little bit of comedy in it. So I've always liked sort of magic of Jay Sankey, people like that. So I've always liked. I prefer comedy magic. I don't like my magic to get too serious. I like it to entertain people with a lightheartedness.
Excellent. Excellent. If people want to book you, Roy, how can they get in touch with you?
Well, that's very rich. No, I've got a website. I don't perform as much as I do now because I do a lot of charity work. But if you Google Roy Stone Magic, that's the easiest way. I'll come up in the top of Google. Roy Stone Magic or Roy Stone on Facebook. You can find me on there. And so yeah, I'm pretty easy to find.
Wonderful. Thank you once again, Roy, for agreeing to come on the show this time despite your injury. And they think I'm joking, but I'm not. I know you're a real
Uh,
trooper. Let's put our hands together for the great Roy Stone.
well done, Dr. Michael, for finding them. Well done.
Thank you, sir. There we go. I'm so excited to introduce our next guest. She's not always available to come on the show. She's a busy working magician. She has a life. She's got other things on her plate in a good way. I'd like us all from the US to put our hands together for the great and the only magical Ms. Charlie.
Oh, thank you so much, Michael. I really appreciate being asked back today. This is not necessarily uh, it's a card trick, obviously, but it's not one of those find a card, choose a card, and then I'll find it for you. This is more of a story from back in college. I had a roommate. We called him Scooter because drove this lime green scooter, but that's another story. He had a weird way of cutting for a high card, and we lucked out. We ended up with the Ace of Spades, which is the one I was hoping he would have. We would end up with. He had an aversion to it because his family was into bridge. Now, I never played the game, but from my little understanding, the Ace of Spades is one of the higher cards. And so he didn't like it because there was nowhere to go with that. Somebody drew the Ace of Spades. There's no reason to draw any other cards. So he had a rule. He would have us turn the Ace of Spades over and deal it down, and then cut the deck again and come up with the next top card and see where that would land us. Uh, my hands are a little sweaty. There we go. And we lucked out again. We have a joker. He has another kind of weird rule with jokers. He would want us to cut the joker into the deck face up. And that's what I didn't understand, but I went with it because yeah, I'm easygoing. And then cut the deck again and then see what would happen. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Two Ace of Spades. Don't worry about it. I've got hundreds of them. So we turn it over, deal it down, and cut the deck again. Now, this time, I'm going to cut the deck, a number of times. If I was juggling, it would look like I was juggling maybe the three of clubs. You know, the three of forget it. I can't juggle. I mean, if I could juggle, it would look more like a couple of shovels or two spades. And of course, I know if the two of spades is on top of the deck, well, that means the ace of spades is on the bottom of the deck. And just like before, we take our ace of spades. Come on, where's my ace of spades? Oh no. Take the ace of spades, turn it over, and deal it down. Did I miss something? I did. I did. Well, this time we're just going to cut the deck and see where that lands us. See where that lands us. Where's that other ace? There it is. There it is. There's the other ace. Okay. Let's see. So we should have 1, 2, 3, and 4 aces. And then with a little bit of magic, we can make those 4 aces turn into the other 4 aces. All right. Now with Scooter, I don't really know what happened to him after college. We lost contact, but he had an aversion to the ace of spades, as I said. And I said, I'm going to have some fun with you. Open up your mind. The ace of spades, it's full of lies, totally full of lies. The ace of hearts, well, that's easy. That's going to represent love. The ace of clubs, well, it's kind of like a clover, kind of like a 4-leaf clover or a good luck charm. So that's going to represent luck. And then, of course, the diamonds, besides being a girl's best friend, the diamonds are going to represent luxury. So we have lies, love, luck, and luxury. And let's give them a little mix. Oh, one more should do it. And let's see what's on top. Ah, that's lucky. That's good. Let's see what's on the bottom. Oh, luxury. You know, if you take luck, rub it over luxury, you just might find love. All right. As we continue in life, let's see what happens. Luck is going to come up a number of times. Continuing in life, lies are always going to be there. In fact, we don't even want to see lies, but when we're least expecting it, love may show its face. All right. So we've seen luck, we've seen lies, we've seen love pop up a couple of times, but you know what we haven't seen is luxury, really. And that's because luxury, well, you got to work for it. You got to really work for it. And after you've worked for it, you might find luxury, which of course is a very, very lucky thing. All right. So we've seen luck, we've seen lies. We know we got to work for luxury. Let's see what's we got love there. Let's see. And that. Wow. I am just all over the place today. It doesn't happen in rehearsal this way. All right, let's try that one more time. So we've got, there we go, lies is everywhere. And you may find luxury, but love is when you least expect it. You have to look away, and when you're not looking for love is when you're going to find it. Scooter understood this a little bit, and I said, all right, I gotta really open your mind. We've got the simplicity of it all. 2 blacks, 2 reds. Let's give them a little shuffle here. And let's see what's on top. The spades, the one he hates. And he said he hated it not just because of the bridge connection, but because this spade has the most writing on it. It's got the logo at the top. It's got this huge pip in the center. It's got all the name of the company and the serial number at the bottom. So with all this extra ink, it should weigh more than the other 3 aces because the other 3 aces have small little pips. I said, all right, let's test that. We'll put the heavy one down, and then we'll take one of the other ones, one of the lighter ones. We're going to slide it under like that. And we're going to let gravity do its job. Gravity is going to pull the heavier one down and let the lighter one come to the top. And just like that, the lighter one is on top of the heavier one. I said, all right, Scooter, I'm really going to mess with your mind this time. We're going to negotiate with gravity. Let's see what we got here. We got one of the lighter ones, the club. We'll put that there. And if I remember correctly, I think the spade's on the bottom. Spade is on the bottom. So we'll take the spade, the heavier one, and put it underneath. And now we're going to bend and negotiate with gravity, causing the heavier one to come to the top. And it's done. I said, yes, the heavier one is on top of the lighter one. The red ones are just there to confuse you.
Yay. Wow. Thank you so much,
Thank
Magical
you.
Ms. Charlie. Wow. That's all I can say.
Thank
Well, I can
you.
say a lot more, and I really should say a lot more. Uh, I got anxiety watching that because I
Well,
know
we're doing that interview.
yes, I know what goes behind all that. And it's like, oh my God, she's doing it. Yikes. Wow. So yeah, you can see I'm stuttering. I'm having a hard time here. Focus, Michael. Honestly, I sometimes your feed on social media comes up and I see you performing all kinds of genres of magic. I see you doing kid shows, I see you doing close up, all kinds of stuff. Is there a genre of magic that you prefer and why?
Oh, gosh, I would have to say equally close up and what would be considered parlor or small stage, not grand illusion, because of the intimacy. Your audience is right there within a few feet of you. The furthest is maybe 50 feet away, and they're in that moment of time sharing that coexistence with you and making the magic happen however it happens. So many different illusions, so many different methods that they can't help but be part of it, whether they really want to see magic or not. They're there, it's happening in front of them, they're involved, and that's what I really enjoy. I do enjoy stage illusion, but well, one, it's expensive because the props are so big, but more importantly, there's that fourth wall of the theater that you can break, yes, of course, but even breaking it, it isn't as intimate as close up or parlor.
Absolutely. I've heard so many people throughout the years when I've done my close-up gigs or my stage gigs and all various other genres. But people seem to love, and I've heard almost everybody say they love it when it's right there under their nose, when it's exactly what you said, just right there. They're involved with it. It's happening either in their hand or under their nose. Nothing can replace that. And I agree. The huge stage illusions are marvelous to look at when you combine lighting and music or sound and all that. It has its place in Vegas and other venues as well. But for the everyday person who wants to experience the magic not only on the outside but on the inside of them as well, there's nothing like close up or parlor. They're relatively close up as well. It's a relatively intimate setting. How can people get in touch with you if they want to book you for something?
The easiest way to find me would be through my link tree. So that would be linktr.ee/ magical Miss Charlie. It's got my email, it's got my YouTube, it's got my Instagram, it's got my Facebook, it's got, I think it's got my LinkedIn as well. That's the best way to find me.
Excellent. Those are so handy, those link tree. I broke down and I finally got a link tree site, if you
Aha.
will. And it is handy. It's handy for everybody. It's handy for the performer. It's handy for people who want to just browse or actually book. So again, and I want to promote this very briefly. You're coming on my chat show in a few weeks, Magical People Live as well. And we'll look forward to seeing the inner workings of that incredible mind, that brain, and the incredible dexterity of the fingers of magical Miss
Uh,
Charlie. Thank you so much once
I'm
again.
very excited.
Me too. Thanks once again for agreeing to come
Thank
on the
you.
show this time. We'll see you soon. Let's put our hands together for the magical Miss Charlie. Yay. All right. Wow, time is really
Thank
moving
you.
along. Thank you. Time is really moving along. I'm looking at my list and I don't believe one of my other favorite performers is up next. He's madcap. He's crazy. He'll fool you. He is the amazing from the US as well, from the West Coast, not that far from us in LA, Micah Cover. Let's put our hands together for Micah. Yay.
Hello, Dr. Michael. You can tell I'm being spooky by the way I'm committing to the voice, Dr. Michael. Oh, yes. How else do we know that I'm being spooky? I'm wearing a hood. I'm wearing a hoodie. That's how we know. Also, poorly applied eyeliner. Yes, a guy trying to apply his own eyeliner. I call it guyliner. Yes. Oh, I love portmanteaus, Dr. Michael Likey. I call them Portos. It just saves time, Dr. Michael. Yes, Dr. Michael, this is so spooky. And as you can see, we are in my bedroom, also very spooky. Women never come in here because it's so terrifying. But I have one exception to the rule that we will get to in a moment. Dr. Michael Leakey, will you share the stage? Will you share the spooky stage, the spooky screen with me, Dr. Michael Leakey? Will you join me, Dr. Michael Leakey, in this spooky place known as
Indeed.
Dr.
Indeed,
Michael?
I'd be honored. This is really just
Dr.
the spirit
Michael,
of this is the spirit of Dr. Michael. He left, but
he
I'll
left.
have to.
Yes, he's on his way to Vegas. Screw this show. It's the spirit of Dr. Michael who is here. Yes. Thank you for being here. The spirit of Dr. Michael. And you tasked us with creepy magic, didn't you, Dr. Michael? You said, please make it creepy. So I started to think, what are the three creepiest numbers? Do you know what they are? I'll give you a hint. They repeat. Do you know what they are, Dr. Michael?
666.
Yes, he's right. Of course, the man who knows too much. You are the Tommy Burnett of magic. Oh, if only. Oh, cue the spooky thunder. Cue the spooky thunder sound effect. Yes, yes, you are absolutely right. 666. And it made me wonder if there are already three creepy numbers, what could be the creepiest letters in the alphabet? And I started to think. About you, Dr. Michael. I started thinking about you standing on the abyss, staring out into the void. And it suddenly came to me this image, Dr. Michael Void, or the DMV. Yes, the three creepiest letters in the alphabet. Those of you who are not in America, as you know, you probably wouldn't know the DMV, other than my bedroom, is the creepiest place ever. No one ever wants to go there. Yes, Dr. Michael is from Canada, and he is even aware that the DMV is very creepy. In fact, I went to the DMV and I found a clerk from the DMV, spelled Clerk with an E, but in England they pronounce it Clark. Why? We will never know, because it's a mystery, Dr. Michael. It's a mystery. And her name is Delaney. She goes to work and she gets paid by the state, but somehow she's always on break. Delaney must be vaping. DMV! Coincidence? I think not. I think not, Dr. Michael. Oh, it's all connected. It's all there. She is vaping. Yes, and yes, there she is vaping in my bedroom. It's the most action this bedroom has seen in centuries, Dr. Michael, because it's so creepy. Yes. All right, Dr. Michael. I will now change. I gotta commit to the bed. Don't make me break character, Dr. Michael. Don't do it. I'm a professional, Dr. Michael. All right. All right. Don't make me break character. Now, it was while still in character. I will. Oh, yes, and the wiggly fingers, Dr. Michael. Very mysterious, Dr. Michael. Yes, and the windshield wiper fingers of mystery. Yes, well said, Dr. Michael. Well played, sir. I will now change the camera on my Commodore 64. Oh, and yes, we have a new view, a new angle, Dr. Michael. It's very mysterious. Yes, the fingers of mystery, the wiggly fingers of mystery. Yes, very nice. Dr. Michael, you're doing it yourself. You're doing it better than I am. Stop stealing my bit, Dr. Michael. You're doing it better than I do. Yes. Now, Dr. Michael. Yes, very good, Dr. Michael. Dr. Michael, I have a mixed up deck of cards, but you don't have to take my word for it. Oh, no. Say the windshield wiper fingers of mystery. Yes. I am cutting the cards, Dr. Michael. Bill calls this showing off. I call it no social life. Yes, very mysterious, Dr. Michael. No social life this man has. No action in the bedroom, so I might as well practice card manipulation. Yes. So, Dr. Michael, I will keep cutting the cards until you say stop, my friend. Say stop whenever.
Stop, my friend.
So well said, and you committed to the line. Yes. Takes a long time for him to say stop. Fun on dates. Dr. Michael is fun on dates. Fun on dates. Takes a long time for him to say stop. Now, Dr. Michael, since the cards have been cut, you will choose a creepy number. It can be 2, 3, 4, 5, or the creepiest number 6. What would you like, Dr. Michael?
I think 6.
6, yes, because it's so creepy. What in a moment? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will deal exactly 6 cards. So watch, Dr. Michael, and please count with me. Here we are. 1. Yes.
1.
Beautiful.
One
2.
One creepy number.
We became the Count, my favorite Muppet. Yes. Oh, this is Dr. Michael. You are the king of improv, sir. You are. Don't make me break character, Dr. Michael. Yes. And so this is how many, Dr. Michael? 3. Yes. And then this will be how many?
4.
4. Yes, that's right. And then, yeah, you might count differently in Canada. I don't know if you're on metrics or not, but still, we can agree that this is how many, Dr. Michael? How many?
5.
5.
Creepy numbers. Yes.
5. Yes, 5. That's a creepy number. And this is 6. Yes. And as we know,
appeal. It has 6 appeal.
Dr. Michael Likey, you are getting frisky, sir. The frisky fingers of Dr. Michael. Yes, he's getting, yes, 6 appeal. Oh, I'm totally stealing that, Dr. Michael. Steal from the best. Yes. So, Dr. Michael, you reminded me, what are the 3 creepiest numbers?
666.
Exactly. I will take the top 3 cards and let's see how you did. Let's see how you did. I will look first in case I need to do a top change because something went wrong. Oh, but in fact, I should not have said that part out loud. But you did it, Dr. Michael. I'm going to put this in frame.
Whoa.
Yes, 666. And they're all black and they're all spades because it's very mysterious, very creepy. But Dr. Michael Likey, I think you were correct. You found the 3 creepiest letters in the English language. D-M-V. Dr. Michael, the lady must be vaping. The Department of Motor Vehicles. Yes. And Dr. Michael, your fate was sealed. Your doom was foretold because you did this literally in the void. There are no cards in the deck. You are literally staring into the void. He found the 3 creepiest letters, the 3 creepiest numbers. It was, oh yes, and all in front of a clerk from the DMV who apparently could care less. Is she watching the performance? Who knows? Because she works at the DMV. We will never know, Dr. Michael. Yes, give Dr. Michael, a round of applause.
Let's put our
You,
hands together
oh,
for Micah
oh, and man,
Culver.
nobody can make me great character like you, Dr. Michael. You always do that to me, sir. You
Oh,
always do
good.
that to me, Dr. Michael.
I hope so. I take that as a great compliment. Thank you, Micah.
Uh,
Wow. As usual, you are so fun. I like to say madcap, which is a
Thank you.
weird hat, I suppose,
Oh,
madcap.
kind of like what,
Um,
yeah, Lane's got.
it's a little crazy and insane, but I'm so excited and happy you decided to come on the show again this time. And wow, where do we begin? I want to promote for those in LA. Did you know there's a person behind you with a yellow cap?
She's from the DMV and she ignored
Oh,
me the entire time. So either I'm at the
oh.
DMV or we're on a Tinder date. But either way, it was very spooky. Very spooky.
And
Yes, very
and
spooky, Dr.
speaking
Mike.
of spooky, perfect for this time of year, you have the Poe thing come not faux, but Poe thing coming up in November, the month of November. Let's briefly chat about that, if you will.
Thank you. Delaney, when she's not ignoring me, she's actually come to that show a couple of times. And yeah, it's in late November. And I know most of us are not local, but if you are in the LA area, it's Sunday, November the 24th. And it's a benefit for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. And thank you very much for the shout out, Dr. Michael. We appreciate it.
Well, it's crucial. It's very, very important. And who knows, I may make some kind of visitation or appearance during the show, right?
Not you, but your spirit, Dr. Michael. I think
Ah.
yes, your spirit will make a cameo, Dr. Michael. That's right. And thank you for doing that. We really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much for including me as part of the evening, the incredible festivities that they are. I don't have my cheat notes here, so I don't know if are you coming on my Magical People show in a few weeks? If not, you should.
I am, yes, in just a few weeks, and it's going to be an honor. Thank you very much, sir. And I can't wait to see the other interviews and as well. It's going to be fantastic. You have a heck of a lineup, man.
Well, it's awesome. I'm so honored and surprised that you agreed to come on. But it'll be exciting insight as to how that incredible mind of yours, and it is incredible how it works. That's I think she's just about fed up, isn't she? I,
She
I,
does work at the DMV. You're right, Dr. Michael. She is fed up. She's fed up. That's why she got a job at the DMV.
exactly. Micah, let's say people want to book you for anything. How can they get in touch with you?
Very, very kind of you, man. I'm all over the social meds, but Micah Cover or Micah the Magician, and you'll find me. And you'll probably see some performances from this one when she's not busy ignoring me. Sometimes I get to share the virtual stage and literal with her once in a while. So thank you for asking. And again, this has been an honor, man. Thank you so much, Dr. Michael.
The honor is indeed mine. Thank you so much. Let's put our hands together for the incredible, and I don't know Ms. DMV's name.
It
Do I?
literally is Delaney, and Delaney must vape. That is true.
I love it.
Coincidence, Dr. Michael? I think not. Yes,
Wow,
I
I
think
think
not.
not. I love it. Let's put our hands together for the great Micah Culver. Thank you,
Thank you.
Micah.
Thank you.
Yay. Yay. Wow, I'm looking at my list and it's gradually shrinking. I don't believe we have the next person up. I was first impressed by him when he guested either on Tuesday Night Magic Theater, look it up on Facebook, or Open Mic Magic, look it up on Facebook. These shows you, and I'm not just saying that because I'm on there regularly, I really love them. They'll enhance your life. They'll make you think, how are those effects done? Let's put our hands together for one of my favorite magicians on that show, the great, yes, I said great, Mitch Koth. Let's put our hands together for Mitch.
Wow. Oh, that's so nice of you. Dr. Michael, I would like to first of all say thank you so much for having me back on your show once again. Without your amazing platform, we wouldn't be here. So thank you so much for allowing me to be back. I think it was a few months, it was a couple months ago I was on your show here. So I'm glad to be back and I'm glad to return. And what I'm about to show you tonight, just to take a second here to explain, is part of a much larger routine that I'm trying to put together as an act for the Magic Castle. So I'm trying to put together a piece to submit. It's not finalized yet, but this is kind of at the end of my act that I'm going to show you in a second. So I'm, working on this piece. I've been working on it for quite some time. And so you'll see a lot of crossover here in a second about what we've already talked about and what we've seen. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy Magic Mitch Entertainment, my second or last piece of my act. So I'm gonna turn the camera down so you guys can see the table. Can you all see that okay? Yeah? Okay. So what I'm going to talk to you tonight, they say that subliminal messages, like the expert at the card table here, will indicate what kind of person you're dealing with. But tonight, I want to emphasize a topic that we've already kind of covered, and maybe I don't have a qualified experience as some of you here, but I would like to talk to you about the human mind. And specifically, I think Ari talked about this earlier about the brain and different receptors in the brain. I think that was really cool, really fascinating. I'd like to touch upon the subject a little bit more. So did you guys know that in a standard deck of cards, which is 52 cards, they're symbolic in their own nature, meaning no matter how much you shuffle them, they're always going to be a different order every single time. We know that there are 52 cards if you're playing with a full deck. There are 13 suits that indicates per season or when each new season occurs, as well as the indications that they all share. So we have clubs, hearts, spades, and diamonds. They always share symbolic meaning. If I was a magician and I was to show you, I was taking out a random card like the three of clubs, our brains automatically associate this with puppy feet. I don't know why that is. Maybe they look like puppy feet. Maybe you like dogs, but whenever someone pulls a club out, I automatically think puppy feet. So I'm going to use an example, the three of clubs. It's a random card I pulled out. And as magicians, we are trained by our fingers, by dexterity, by our minds to not only find a card like a three of clubs, but find mates to that. The mate to the three of clubs is the three of spade. If you don't know, it's the other black card. So just simply by feel, and one cut, I can actually cut to and find the three of spades. It's kind of interesting to me. I'll keep this in frame and context. So talking about the human mind, we have different lobes in our brains. I think there's 4 lobes. I'm about to do a little demonstration here in a second. However, it's kind of crazy to me, and just think about this for a second. You have over millions of neurons. Oh, it's going to keep this in frame. Keep this millions of neurons networks in your brain. Thousands, millions. I don't know how much, but you have a lot. And we're always firing different objects, synapses, different things like that. And so, like, for example, if I was to say, if I picked a random card, the three of spades, I found, Dr. Michael, like, you can answer this. If I picked a jack of heart, for example, what's the mate to the jack of heart, would you say?
That would be the Jack of Diamonds, I believe.
The jack of diamonds. And hopefully, yeah, that can be found, the
Whoa.
jack of diamonds. So I don't know. I mean, it's kind of crazy to me how the human mind works. So we're going to experiment with this in a second. I'm going to pull out random cards from the deck. So I'm going to pull out just 3 random cards. I'll do my best to keep this in frame. I'm working with a small square camera here, but kind of like what Ari was talking about earlier about how your mind is so powerful, right? So I pulled out 3 indifferent cards. These are just random cards I pulled out from the deck. I pulled out a jack of spade, the nine of diamonds, and queen of diamonds. Now, statistically speaking, anybody you ask is more likely to pick a picture card than a number card. And the reason, according to this book that I read, is because they associate more like people. Yeah, so men and women look more just like picture cards than they do number cards. Maybe number cards someone would pick if it's important to them, like an anniversary date or a special occasion or something like that. But I'm going to do my best to demonstrate the matches or pairs to finding these cards. So the jack of spades would be the jack of clubs, the nine of diamonds would be the nine of hearts, and the queen of diamonds would be the queen of hearts. And to do this, I'll keep these cards in frame like this. And Dr. Michael Likey, if you would, you don't have to come up on camera, but I'm going to go through the deck like this, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert the card in the deck wherever you want, as long as you say stop, okay? So as I do that, just say stop.
Stop.
Okay, right here. Now I'm going to put the first card, the jack of spade, right here. Would you like the right side or the left side of the upjogged card?
The left side, please.
Ah, that tells me something. You are using the left side of your brain. Very interesting. Okay, go ahead again. Say stop as I go through.
Stop.
Okay, second card right here. In this case, the nine of diamonds. Same question. Would you like the right or the left side?
Let's do the right side.
The right side. Very good. I will set it down right over here. And one more time for me, sir, as I go through, say stop.
And stop.
All right. Again, one more time. Left or right side for me?
Let's do left this time.
Left, we will do left. So I'll put it right there. Now, before I continue and carry on right here, we have these three upjogged cards right here. These are the cards right next to it that you said stop on, right? So just to recap, if I put this in the pack like so, just to kind of recap what we already did, I asked you to go in between or say stop on three random locations. Is that correct?
Correct.
Now, would you like to change your mind? It's the classic example. Do you want to change your mind?
Nope, I'm
Any of
good.
these choices. It's the final choice. You can change your mind.
I'm good.
All right, let's go ahead and keep that decision. Now, three cards down right here. These three spots. Again, to show you the nine of diamonds, to show you the queen of diamonds, to show you the jack of spade. I asked you, and you were sure. Focus on these three cards. Keep your mind an entire blank. Don't change your mind. So the nine of diamonds right here. This is where you said stop. That would be the nine of hearts. Dr. Michael
Yes.
Leike. I don't know how
Whoa.
it rolled.
Wow.
Found that. The queen of diamonds right here would be the mate to the queen of hearts. And Dr. Michael
Yes.
Leike.
No way. Wow.
And I cannot believe that you're 3 for 3. And that is an absolute miracle to me.
Wow. Awesome.
You know,
Awesome.
it also makes it kind of fascinating if you think about these are different synopsises, these are different areas, different lobes of your brain. You're making so many decisions that you only focused on these three. Yeah? And you could have made any choice you wanted to. However, you didn't realize that because you were so focused, all these other cards didn't even matter. And because they didn't even matter, these are all blank.
Wonderful, Mitch. Wow.
Now, I'd like to take this step one step further for a second. I have some money, Dr. Michael Leike. It's American currency. It's not very much. It's only $1, but we can convert it into Canadian currency, I'm sure. But I will bet $1, and I'll probably send a little extra if I'm wrong to you. That's all on the line. So there's a very famous plot in mind and mentalism and card magic called any card at any number. I'm sure you've heard of the plot, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Oh, yes.
absolutely.
It's for those who don't know, someone names a card, someone names a number, you deal down, voila, it's at that named number that someone deals out. It's the most mind-blowing trick there is. So off to the side of the camera here, I have a card that I'm going to show you, and I'm going to set it down next to this dollar bill. Before I do that, Dr. Michael Leike, I emphasized in the beginning that there's 4 suits: clubs, hearts, spades, and diamonds. Would you like the club or the puppy feet? The lovely hearts that most people pick. Diamonds, I don't know who said diamonds are a girl's best friend, but that's a true statement. Or spades. Would you like one of those for? Which one would you like?
Yes, I like spades, please.
Spades, okay. So I mentioned that I had a card over here off camera, and I will bring that back out and show you that it's kind of a different color to the back of the other cards. It's a kind of a, not red card, but it's a different color to the rest I was using. Now, we have in a deck of cards, you named a suit. Let's name the value. Now, the value, just like a dollar bill, has a value to it. What I'm talking about is ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way from jack, queen, and king, with queens being 12, kings being 13. Name any value for me, Dr. Michael Leike.
13, please.
13. Okay, 13. So that would be the king. The king.
Yes.
So I want you to lock in 13 king in your mind, okay?
Yep.
All right, great. Now, $1 is on the line. It's a lot of money for me, so I hope you don't let me down on this. I'm going to expand upon that. I want you to double your number. If you're thinking of 13 as the king, double that number for me.
So that would be 26.
Screw it. Double it again, Michael.
I have to use a calculator for that.
I think 26 times 2
Yes.
is, or 24 times 2 uh, is
Is 48?
40. Oh, 20, 26. I'm sorry, it's 26. That would be double. 12 is 20, 26. So double that would be
That
52.
would be easily 52.
My math was off. I that's can tell how much I suck at math. So 52, 52 here, and I'm going to show you that originally you were thinking of the king as the value
Yeah,
of 13. Would you be impressed, and you named spade, if I had the king of spade on this card?
I would be floored. I would be blown away.
Dollars on the line, okay? The expert at the card table right here. Let's see if Dr. Michael Leakey, you have the king of spade on this card. Drum roll, please. Yes, you have the king of spades somewhere on this card.
It's a
I
miracle.
don't know if I should give you the dollar now or afterwards, but I wanted you to ask that. I have the cards, and they're all different numbers on here. And I asked you to double it and double it again, which we determined was 52. And I want you to find out on this card, if I hold it up, where in line 52 and what that says.
Whoa, no way. It says King of Spades under the 52. Wow.
The king of
Awesome.
spades. That is Dr. Michael Leakey's brilliant mind. I don't know how he did it. I suck at math. My name is Magic Mitch, and thank you for watching my presentation.
Wonderful. That certainly wasn't my brain that did that. That was yours, Magic Mitch. Wow. And I was totally surprised. I was, as you probably expected when you opened it, there was that anticipation. Is it going to be the King of Spades? And what? No, there's
Yes,
all these other little cards. And then the drama was further built up by my King of Spades being under the
yes.
added up number. That's just so cool. I hope you do
Oh,
that
thank you.
everywhere. It's
Thank
amazing.
you.
It's very commercial.
This is
Very
a
commercial.
much larger routine I'm building together. This is the last piece of it, so it's a much larger set for the Magic Castle I'm trying to audition for. So
I
too
can't
long to
wait.
perform the whole thing.
Yes, absolutely. I can't wait to see either the whole routine or even half. I think you debuted some of it on the Tuesday Night Magic show on
That's
Facebook or
correct.
Open Mic
Yeah.
Magic. Is that
Yes.
right? Yeah,
Yes.
if memory served. And that was so entertaining. What I enjoy about you, Mitch, one of the things I enjoy is you're not just dexterous. You're not just Cartesian, is what I would call you,
Thank you.
or knuckle buster. Back in the 70s, we'd say, or 80s, knuckle buster. But it's entertaining, and you entertain both with your voice and your patter and some of your storyline as well, which is so important. You're very appreciated, Mitch.
Oh, that means a lot. I really appreciate you saying that. That's really sweet of
Well,
you.
it's true. I honestly believe that. Let's say folks want to catch you somewhere. Um, what's your next gig? Because I see on social media you perform all over the place, and I believe it's California. Where
Hmm.
can people catch you? If you're too busy to be caught, how can they reach you if they want to book you?
Well, tonight they can catch me in San Francisco. I've got a gig from Dia de los Muertos, the day after Halloween. I have a gig on Broadway Street for a networking event. So if you want to come catch me, just message me and I can give you the details if you're in my area. I know, Mike, you're in Southern California, so unless you drive or take a plane, that might be a bit of a stretch. But it would be really cool to see you, brother, out there sometime. Yeah, I mean, if you're in my area in Northern California, come up and see me. I'm usually performing in the Bay Area. And if you want to find me on socials, I wrote it down. I'm going to hold it up to the camera because I knew you were going to ask me. That's my
Yeah.
website. You can find it on magicmitchmagician.com. And then for my Instagram, it's NorCalRunner89 because the other persona of my style is I love the whole exercise, fitness aspect to it. So you can find me on
Excellent.
those and just message me.
You realize, of course, you just made part of my job a little bit easier because usually in post-production, when I'm busily editing, I'll put type or URLs or whatever at the bottom. I don't have to in your
No.
segment, but I will.
Thank you.
Just because. Thank you so much for visiting us this day. I really hope we'll see you again on future shows and catch you on the Tuesday Night Magic on Facebook or Open Mic Magic on the Wednesdays. Let's put our hands together for the incredible
You.
Magic Mitch Koth.
Thank you, everyone. Thank
Yay!
you.
Yay! Awesome. Wow. He blows my mind. He really, really does. Just when I think he's going to do one thing, like something else happens. It's very, very cool. Very cool. I'm looking at the list and I don't believe it's my turn. Rather than sticking me at the end, where probably everyone will either be gone by then or falling asleep, as one of our illustrious editors or techies has often been caught sleeping during our show. I hope he's not asleep now. I'd love to share with you an experiment of the mind. And I'd love to. I see him laughing. And I'd love to. I'll die if we go to him later, which we will, and he'll be sleeping. We'll have to wake him. I hope we won't have to wake him. But I would love to get a couple of assistants up for this experiment of the mind, which involves mediumship, not so much channeling, but mediumship. Ah, we've got Cheryl and Michaela up. And maybe one more person. Yes, Micah Cover. Yay, Micah. We had so much fun on your recent segment. That was so cool. Very, very
Thank
cool.
you.
And
Thanks, Doc.
our lots of fun, lots of fun. In this experiment, we're going to ask the question, do the dead come back? I don't mean physically, because then we're getting into like zombie movies or vampires and all that sort of thing. And those are great fun, but more disembodied spirits, ghosts, or poltergeists, can they oversee us? Can they look at us in various situations? Um, Actually, if they have nothing better to do, in my case, yeah, I bet you there's tons of ghosts and spirits going, geez, that guy leads a tedious life. Let's leave. But it is a serious question. And I'm wondering if we can invite to the party, so to speak, maybe a family member of mine or yours, Micah, or Cheryl or Michaela's. So, Cheryl, if that is indeed your real name, Cheryl, we're going to ask you to be the medium, not the channeler. Those are two different things. Although there is an overlap, there is a bit of an overlap because as a channeler, you would channel the ghost or spirit of someone, but as a medium, you're certainly not large. You'd be more medium, maybe a little bit more than small, but certainly medium. You would also perhaps talk in the voice of a dearly departed. Now, this is certainly off the cuff. I did this live for the Vancouver Magic Circle, I believe it was last week, and we had a committee of several magicians in our audience hold up various objects. I had Cheryl on the line. I'd called up Cheryl via instant messenger and put her on speakerphone, and each person was holding up an object. And Cheryl was channeling somebody, I don't remember right now, who actually did pretty well. We're going to see this day or this night if we can duplicate that. But Micah, you're going to be our one-person committee, if that's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. That would be great fun. So, Cheryl, I'm going to ask you that perhaps you get ready. So we're going to do the little exercise, and then we'll get Michaela in on this. There will be a blindfold involved. Um, that's not necessarily because you can see anything, because you're going to turn yourself around with your back to the audience, so you will not be able to see the screen. Is that correct?
Oh, correct.
Okay, so we're adding extra protection by putting the blindfold on you in a minute. But first, I'd like to work with a clear playing field. So I'm going to ask that you close your eyes gently, gazing up upon your brow or third eye area. And I'm going to invite you, please, if you will, to take a great deep breath in, releasing with a sound. Let's try that again. Eyes gently closed. Take a great deep breath in, releasing with a sound. Now, Mick, I'm going to ask you please to blindfold Cheryl if you do indeed have a blindfold handy. I know you so enjoy this. Not over her mouth, over her eyes, please. I know. And as Michaela's doing this, there we go. Is that too tight or is it all right, Cheryl?
It's good.
Good. Excellent. Excellent. I'm going to ask Mick to assist by turning, unless Cheryl can do it herself. Turn yourself around, please, so that the back of the chair faces the camera. There we go. That's cool. Very, very cool. All righty. Excuse me. Now, with your eyes still gently shut, Cheryl, I'm going to ask you and all of us out there to invite the spirit, ghost or poltergeist, into our realm and to perhaps to enter into Cheryl's body so that Cheryl acts, if you will, as a medium or a channeler of a dearly departed. So take one more deep breath in, please, Cheryl. Welcoming in the spirit, ghost or poltergeist into your body, gently releasing your breath. I'd like to know right here and right now if there is anybody present other than Cheryl, Michaela, Micah, and myself. So please speak through Cheryl. Who's here?
Aunt Clara.
Excellent. Very, very good. I'm going to ask you, please, to come visit Micah in a minute. Micah's going to hold up an object, and I know Michaela will not tip off Cheryl, and I know obviously that Micah can't tip off Cheryl. Otherwise, we'd hear and we'd probably see as well. But I'm going to ask you, please, Micah, pick an object and hold it up for the spirit to glance. I'm going to ask that you do that now.
Any object, anything.
Any object. One perhaps that's handy, just to make things a little bit
Okay.
easier.
Okay, got it.
All righty. So we've all seen it. The audience has seen it. I'm going to have you just put your hand down. Now that spirit has gone back into Cheryl, I'd like you please to name the object that Micah was holding a few seconds ago, please.
Pen.
It was indeed a pen.
Yes.
Yes.
Very nice.
Do you feel, Micah, are you prepared to hold up something else? We're really going to put our spirit to the test. Do you have something handy?
Yeah. Sure. Yes. And hold it up.
Yes, please.
Okay.
While our spirit is present around Micah, the spirit has glanced the object and has returned to Cheryl. I'd like you, please, now, spirit, ghost, or poltergeist, to name the object that Micah has just held up, if you can.
Paper.
It was indeed paper. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right, we're gonna do this. I think we're on a roll. If you have another object, please, Micah. And I don't know if you do. I'm unlike the ghost or spirit. I can't see what's there, what's in front of you. But if you do have an object somewhere, either on you or around you, please pick
Yeah.
and hold it up. And
Well,
meanwhile, our
I have.
spirit will,
Yeah.
yes, our spirit will come
Okay.
and hover around you. I don't know if you can feel anything. Do you feel a bit of a chill or is it extra warm? Sometimes when spirits inhabit a space, the temperature goes up. but any
Yeah,
sensation?
I got to admit, once again, this is the most action I've ever had in this bedroom. So thank you, Aunt Clara. Yeah, yeah. So thank you. But yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay.
So
So if she's
hopefully,
still here, yeah.
alrighty. Now please return to Cheryl. And I'm hoping that our spirit, who is now going to speak through Cheryl, can name the object that Micah just held up a second or two ago. What is it?
Wallet.
It is indeed a wallet. Wow. And I want to emphasize as well that
Yeah.
Cheryl and Michaela, well, Cheryl can't see. There's no screen in front of her. She cannot see what's going on. And I suspect she's still in altered state. Alrighty. Micah, let's make this one
Yeah.
really tough. Let's make this one tough. I don't think you were expecting me to have you pick another object, so I'm not sure if one is
No.
handy around or on your person or anywhere. But let's do this, please. I'm going to ask you, if you will, Micah, to hold up one other object, and our spirit will start to hover around you. She's taken a trip around you. Did you feel that brush against your face at all?
I need to clean this. I certainly sensed that, but I don't want to give away anything else.
Right. I hear you. We'll make the joke after this is perceived, but I think I was
Right.
thinking the same
Right.
thing. The spirit
Yes.
hopefully
Yeah.
returned through Cheryl. I'd like you please to identify the object.
Shoe.
A shoe. Excellent. Now the joke I think we were both going to make was, oh, the smell. Something about a
Yes.
smell.
Yes.
So had we said that, we might have given something away, I suspect. One
Right.
more. Excuse me. One more. And I'll say
Uh,
this.
and- yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Do you
go
have?
ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, no. I'll say this. If it's too difficult for you to find one more object, I'm hoping you have one more object handy. We won't in any way, shape, or form tip it off to anybody present.
Okay.
Very
Yeah,
good.
I have some.
All
I can
right.
hold it up.
Yes. Hold it up. I'm
Okay.
going to get the spirit to hover around you. Have a quick look, glance, and perhaps see something more. I'm going to ask the spirit to, oh, the spirit has already returned to Cheryl, I sense. And through Cheryl, please name that object.
$1.
Wow.
Yes.
The dollar bill.
Beautiful.
Excellent. Now, I don't know if it's too much to impose. I know the spirit glanced at something more on that bill. I'm hoping that she picked up on the serial number, perhaps, which I believe in the US consists of letters and numbers. Spirit, if you can hear me, did you happen to glance a serial number? And if so, can you share it with us?
Yes. F.
Excellent. I'm going to write this on the board. Hold on. Let's start again. What is it?
F.
F.
1.
1,
7.
7,
8.
8,
2.
2.
2.
Again, 2?
Correct.
Yes.
5.
5,
0.
0,
3.
3.
E.
E?
E.
I don't know if that's a T or an E.
E.
So we'll guess that it's an E, perhaps a T. I'm not
Yes.
sure. Very good. So we have this as F1788 22503E. How close did she come to that, Micah?
Okay, I'm going to try to hold this up to the camera. You know what? I'm going to see if I can unblur. That might help. Um, uh, Boom. Okay. She didn't just come close. She got
Whoa.
everything correct down to the E, and I even heard her say E. She got everything.
Wow. Awesome.
Every single digit. Every single, oh man.
Incredible.
And
Great big round of applause for my assistant, Micah, my committee member, Micah, and of course to Cheryl and Michaela. Cheryl, I'm going to ask you, please, now that you release the spirit from your body by taking a great deep breath up and exhaling. And now, perhaps Michaela, you can spin Cheryl back around and remove her blindfold. Oh, good, she's still there. I had this weird vision that she'd be turned around and be gone, but that would be another illusion. Thank you so much, Cheryl. Great
wow.
job on that. Do you feel all right?
Thank
Do you
you.
feel okay?
Yes, I feel okay.
Excellent. Let's clap one more time for my amazing assistants. Yay. All righty. Wow. We're going to move from the US to the UK via video. One of my favorite entertainers who's occasionally on Tuesday Night Magic Theater or Open Mic Magic Show, Tuesday or Wednesday on Facebook. It's John the Great. Let's put our hands together for John.
Where you've got to act like 5-year-old children. That won't be difficult. Okay. So here we have a tub. Okay. We've got a white handkerchief and a black handkerchief. Okay. And the tub is empty. We're going to put the black handkerchief in first. We're then going to put the white handkerchief in. We're going to say the magic words, bing bang boom, and the black handkerchief turns into a white handkerchief, and the white handkerchief turns into a black handkerchief.
You've just swapped them.
Right? But if we put the black handkerchief in first, we put the white handkerchief in second, bing bang boom, the white handkerchief turns back into a white handkerchief, the black handkerchief turns back into a black handkerchief. And if I put both handkerchiefs in at the same time, say the magic word, bing bang boom, the spots on the side of the pop disappear, and I've got a black handkerchief with white spots, and a white handkerchief with black spots. Now, every magician I know has got a rabbit, so I'm going to show you my rabbit now. Okay, we're going to make this rabbit disappear. Okay, just to let you know, that is completely solid. Okay, so we're going to put that in there. We're going to say the magic word, bing bang boom, and the rabbit is going to disappear. Right?
Still there.
Oh no, it isn't.
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, no, it isn't. Okay, staying on the theme of animals, I've got a monkey here. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to have a quick game of hide and seek. Okay, is that okay? So, what we're going to do is I'm going to put the monkey in here, right? Now, that there is door number 1, okay? That there is door number 2. Are we following this, yeah?
Yeah.
So what door is the monkey behind? Bearing in mind, this is only a practice.
Two.
Who thinks it's behind number 2? Okay. So there's the monkey.
Yeah.
Okay? So what we'll do is we'll have one more practice and just see if we know what we're doing. Okay? So where's the monkey now?
One.
Okay? That's right. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're now going to put him back in. bing, bang, boom, we're going to make the monkey disappear, right? So what door is the monkey behind?
One.
Okay, who wants me to open door number 1?
Me.
So where's the monkey now?
Two.
Okay. Who wants me to open door number 2? She's not there. Okay. So where's the monkey?
Door number 1.
Door number 1. Okay. You can do this all night, you know. Okay. So who wants both doors at the same time?
Yeah.
So door number 1, door number 2, and where's the monkey? Is in the Okay, so now I'm going to show you my magic box. Okay, so we've got a completely empty box. We're then going to say the magic words, bing bang boom, and then we're going to pull. I don't know what this is.
Hey, there you go, zo.
Dat is too small for this.
And as you can see, the box is completely empty with no hidden compartments. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you the magic duck now. Okay, this is the finale. So, can I have a volunteer?
Oh, let's go.
Okay. So I've got a normal pack of cards. Okay. You show the audience. Okay. Normal pack of cards. Okay. I just want you to take any card you want. Yeah. Now, don't show me. Don't show the duck. But look at it and show the audience. Okay. Okay. Put it anywhere you want. Okay. And you can go and sit down. Give him a clap. So, what we're going to do is we're going to count to 3 and the dog is going to pick out the card. Is that okay? So 1, 2, stop. I forgot to say, right, if this goes wrong, you blame the dog and not me. Is that okay? So, we're going to count to 3 again. Okay? 1, 2, No, sorry. Yeah, we forgot something else here. Just bear with me a minute.
Excuse me.
No, blindfold, yeah. That's fair now.
So, like I say, if this goes horribly wrong, you blame the dog, not me. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Yay!
Hey, go ahead, John, you got it.
And that's all we've got time for tonight.
Yay! That was John the Great from the UK, and he's our mate. We'll look forward to seeing him on the Tuesday or the Wednesday shows as well. I see by our list, we've got somebody from the US. So we're going to travel from UK over to the US. He's somebody I really admire as well. I think he does great stuff. Let's put our hands together for the great Lee Germain.
Thank you. Thank you, Doctor. Good to see you. Good to see everybody in the audience. This evening, I'm going to tell you a little story about something rather strange. I am going to need some help, and I'm going to use Michaela. Michaela, you do not need to come on screen. I will just need your voice whenever I ask you some various some questions. You'll see what's going on later on. As you may remember from a past presentation, I spoke of Glen Haven, an old Victorian mansion that was being refurbished following a ravaging fire. Dr. Michael Leakey, the owner, and an associate, a Dr. Percival Nevin, discovered a macabre contraption in the dark recesses of Glen Haven, an electroshock therapy machine. Dr. Nevin claimed this device possessed a power a key to unlock the realms of extrasensory perception in individuals. Whispers of its creation echoed through the cobblestone streets of old London, and tales of unexplained visions and uncanny abilities fueled the curiosity of those daring enough to venture in to Dr. Nevin's lair, where secrets and shadows intertwined and the boundary between science and the supernatural became blurred. Dr. Neville would get volunteers to aid him in his experiments, and at times, after undergoing his treatment, they would find they had actually developed psychic abilities. Unfortunately, many times that would bring terrible consequences from the apparatus. However, Dr. Neville would do testing of his volunteers prior to the use of the machine to see if they did possess those special abilities, and if so, the electroshock machine was not necessary. That's what we're going to do this evening, and Michaela, you're going to help me. We're going to test to see if you already have these abilities to save you from the undergoing the agony put forth for the machine. Before you, I have a small box. Let me, here we go. Got to change cameras. Before you, as I said, I have a small box. And in that box is a photo of Dr. Neville. And along with that is a page removed from his journal. And I will just briefly read the first paragraph of the journal. As I delve deeper into the mysteries of the human mind, I find myself on the precipice of a revelation that defies conventional understanding. It is with great trepidation and overwhelming sense of duty that I record my findings in this humble journal, for it seems to be true that I have stumbled upon a connection that links the arcane art of electroshock therapy to the ethereal phenomenon of extrasensory perception. Now, also in the box with Dr. Nevin's photo is his calling card case. And in the case is one of his actual calling cards. And I see my camera is blurred here. There we go. That's better. It's one of his calling cards. Dr. P. Neville, Psychiatry, and 10 cards. Now, these 10 cards actually are 5 pairs. And the cards have pictures of some of Dr. Neville's contraptions, collections, or whatever of his hiding. And I don't know if you'll notice, but these devices, these contraptions, actually resemble something else. If you look at them closely and study them for just a brief moment, you'll see that they actually resemble Dr. Rhine's noted ESP symbols. For instance, there's a circle, there's the cross, there's the 3 wavy lines, there's the square, and there's the star. Now, what's going to happen, Michaela, is this is where you're going to help. I'm going to mix these cards. If you were here, you would be mixing them yourself. And we do this a little bit different, but not much. But we'll take these right here and mix these around a bit like so. And now we're going to spread the cards out like this. And we're going to number them. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I think you can see them all right there. I am going to take my cards and I'm going to make a decision here on one of these cards, and I'm going to place it right there. Now, your job, Michaela, is to just study these cards. And I know you can't see the faces, but just study the backs. And I'm going to take my fingers and go across the cards like so. What card, what number card, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, would you like me to place next to my card here? We want to see if you're actually able to know subconsciously which one of these cards goes with this. So if you would, number 1, 2, 3, or 5, which one, Michaela?
3.
Number 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, we'll place that right there. Now let me see another one here. I just don't want you to see what I'm laying down. Let's try this one. Okay, now, which one of these 4 do you think may match that? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
2.
2, number 2. That would be this one right here. We're going to place that right there. Now, how do you think we're doing so far? You think you might have come close? Do you think you matched them at all? Or you're just not quite sure?
Not sure.
Let's see how we've done so far. Okay, so far we have that, and we have, wow, that's quite extraordinary. A lot of people gets 1 out of 5, maybe 2. You have 2, and we just started. Okay, now let me lay another one down here. Let's lay this one. Would you like 1, 2, or 3?
3.
Number 3, that would be this one right here. We'll place that there. And let me see. I'm going to go with that one. Okay. Which one of these 2 do you think will match that? 1 or 2?
2.
Number 2. Okay. That's that. And of course, we only have 1 left. So this will go here. And that means you're going to be putting that one there. Now, okay. All right. Let's see how we've done so far. But before we do, let me just try this. Look and see how we're doing. Because for this one, you chose this, and I chose this. For this one, you chose this, and I chose this. And for this one, you chose this. And of course, it has to match that. Well, it seems as though you've avoided the torture and the agony of the electroshock machine. And thank you very much for helping, Michaela, and you're very good. Thank you, doctor. I appreciate it.
Yay. Wow. I love that. I love that,
Okay.
Lee. That's one
Thank
of
you.
my all-time favorite effects. I love the period look to them as well.
Yes. Yes.
I'm going to ask you the same thing that I've asked some of our, I almost called you guys players, your participants tonight. I think I can guess, but I could be wrong. What is your favorite genre of magic?
Well, right now, obviously, it's mentalism and bizarre. Yes.
Yes. And
Now,
you do
I
that
do
well.
want to I do want to mention also, I was thinking about, as a side, on this aside, of having Micah help me with that. But I thought, well, no, Mike is probably very familiar with electroshock machines as it is, so there's no sense in making it worse for him than what it is. My
Very
friend.
good. I love what you add to the art of magic. I love the feel that what you bring to bizarre magic, the genre of bizarre magic and or mentalism. Very few can achieve that, can achieve a certain feel, which I believe comes naturally to you. We have to a certain degree, almost believe what we're doing. We have to suspend our own disbelief, if you will, and believe that we can actually do these feats or if you will, assist in others to achieve the same feats. So you sure accomplish so much when you're presenting your effects, your experiments. How can people get in touch with you, Lee?
Well, they can. I have a website, leegermain.com, and I want to thank you for what you just said there. I have a long way to go, but from what I used to do when it comes to mentalism and bizarre magic, and what I'm doing now, it's been greatly improved, but it's not even close to where I want to be. But my website is leegermain.com. It's my old site. It still pushes the comedy illusions, but you can get in touch with me there. My email is leegermain.com. So that's pretty simple too. And that's pretty much it, Doctor. Thank you, thank you, thank you a million times
Oh,
for having me on the show.
no need for thanks. It's my absolute pleasure. You do add so much. And I want to remind folks out there that you occasionally guest on the Tuesday Night Magic Theater on Facebook, as well as Open Mic Magic on Facebook as well on the Wednesday.
Yes.
Lee, you have my eternal gratitude. I believe you're coming on my Magical People chat show in a few weeks as well, are you not? Yes,
I
you are.
don't believe but yeah, apparently I am. Yes, yes, I.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah, I wanted to
unless
thank
I
you for
for
the invitation. Yes, yes.
very good. Let's please put our hands together once more for the great Lee Germain. Yay. Thank you, Lee. There
Thank
we
you.
go. And we're gonna stay in the US. I just realized oftentimes we'll hop from the UK to the US or vice versa, but we're staying in the US, specifically Texas, and we're going to enjoy someone who I enjoy. We'll speak a little bit more with her after the presentation, but let's put our hands together on video for the great Robina the Enchantress.
I have Newt, but I'm guessing that I am the only one, okay, right? That'll work. I don't have any lady fingers. Everybody ready for dinner?
Yay.
Ah.
That was great, great fun. Wow. And let's do a brief chat with Rabina. I know she's coming on my show tomorrow, so you'll have more time. Rabina, how fun was that?
I love the Halloween show in particular. It's always it's such an opposite to my normal character. You know, I like to be Mother Nature and growing the flowers and having the butterflies and then on Halloween I oh
Exactly, exactly. And for those of you who may or may not have caught the Tuesday night or Wednesday open mic. That was from last year, I think, and you did an incredible one this year, which I think I'm going to steal and use on the next show if that's okay with you.
Oh,
It was
absolutely. Yeah, it was fun. Yes. It was different. It was really quite, well, it's quite a challenge each week coming up with something completely new because we have new audience members, but then we have a great following of wonderful people that come every week. And it's just, it's so inspiring. And suddenly it's like, uh-oh, let's see, they've already seen this. What do I do this week that is completely new? So you have to come up with something completely new every week, and it has been wonderful for my brain. But,
indeed, indeed. I agree 1,000%. I try to work 2 weeks ahead, but oftentimes I'll be inspired and like that day, or perhaps the
yes,
day before, it's like, no, no, I'm going to do this instead. And I really admire you for your creativity, and that's the truth, Rabina. It's colorful, and I'm going to always say this. I might be a little bit redundant, but that's what magic should be. It's color. It's silk scarves or silks. We call them silks as
yeah,
magicians, silk handkerchiefs, if you will.
yeah,
Neat, interesting looking boxes.
yeah,
I wish that there was a lot more of that. There is a little bit with kid shows. Some performers are still doing that, but I'm so glad you're still sticking to that
yeah,
because, as you know, anyway, things go full circle, and
yes,
then everybody will be doing that. It'll be interesting to see when that happens, what you'll come up with then,
yes, absolutely. Just
you
make
know?
it new
So I want to
and
give
exciting each time. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. One of the things I love as well is your wand, and it's so cool. It lights up and makes a sound, etc. But it's one of my favorite props that you use. You're coming on Magical People tomorrow on the season 5 debut, along with Kenton Nepper. So we'll give you a lot more time. You'll have about a half an hour, so will Kenton as well. How can people get in touch with you if they want to book you?
You can get in touch with me at robinamagic.com and ROBINA magic. And you can also find where to get the tickets for the Tuesday show and the Wednesday show. And all the tickets are free.
They are indeed. We'll look forward to seeing you on those shows as well. Let's put our hands together for Rabina the Enchantress.
Thank you so much. And
Yay.
thank you, everybody that's here too.
Thank you, Rabina. Wow. We have somebody I admire greatly coming up next. I don't know how to describe him, except he's a bizarre magician or mentalist. When I say bizarre, I'm speaking in terms of magic speak, if you will. He does amazing mentalism. Lately, he's been doing stuff with music. I have no idea what he's going to do, so I'm really looking forward to sharing with you from New York City, one of my all-time favorite cities, the great Tommy Burnett. Let's put our hands together for Tommy.
Music. Yes. Hopefully it won't be too loud, but I'm going to tone it down a little bit. There we go. Okay. So, in the latter part of the Middle Ages, about the 1500s, there was a small group of occultists who believed that numbers had a spiritual meaning behind them. And I'm going to demonstrate one of the things that they used to do. Now this is a reproduction. It is not an original item, but it will suffice for today. It is a box with little tiny drawers in it. and they are numbered 27 through 42. And there's a reason why I'm not starting with 1, because I want to create a random number. And I want the number to be somewhere between 100 and 400. And therefore, the numbers have to be higher in order to get a number in that range. The reason why we want a number in that range is because in a moment, when we have selected a number, we will turn to that page and see what is written on that page. And perhaps there will be a synchronistic coincidence. So, normally I do this with a number of people, but if I could get one volunteer, that would be great. Whenever possible. Okay, hey guys, how are you?
Hello.
Good to
Hello,
see
doing
you.
good.
Good to see you. Now, in this glass, I have some healing stones. There are 8 of them. 2 red ones are brown. They're really red, but they show up as brown. 2 green ones. 2 purple ones. And 2 black ones. Now, the fact that there are 2 people helping me, this will help quite a bit. Let's start with Michaela. Michaela, what color would you like to begin with? Red, green, purple, or black?
Green.
Green. Okay. Oops. So we'll put these up here for now. And what we're going to do with the stones is we're going to take one and drop it on the table. Then after I pick it back up again, we're going to place it in one of these 4 boxes. So would you like it to go in number 1, number 2, number 3, or number 4?
Number 4.
Number 4, okay, so we'll place that in there. And now on this side, we're going to go down, up and down, 1, 2, 3, 4, with the other one.
2.
2. And that will go in there. So now, we have a connection, not only between you and me, but also between the 2 stones. If we go from here and go down to the second row, you can see there's a connection here at number 24. So we'll put number 24 on the table. All right? Yeah. No, it's 34. I'm sorry. I can't move. So Shella, would you like to use the red ones, the purple ones, or the black ones next?
The purple ones.
The purple ones. My foot. Oh, I lost my camera. Oh no. Oh yeah, okay. My Benzie stepped on my keyboard and my whole image just went off to the side. Okay, so the 2 purple ones. We have 1, 2, and 3 left on the top. Which one would you like the purple one to be in?
2.
2. So that would be 1, 2. And how about going down from the top? We got 1, 3, and 4.
4.
4, okay. And again, we have another connection. We have a connection here, going down all the way down and connecting with the one on the bottom. So that would be number 40. Yep. And actually, I almost forgot what we're doing here. So with the green one, we have this one here, which means we need to turn these around and turn these around. So now we have a space here, and these get turned around, and these get turned around. So these are the 2 spaces that these came out of. Yep. So now we have red and black. We'll go back to Michaela. Red or black, please?
Red.
Okay, so we have 1 and 3.
1.
1. And we have 1 and 3 on this side as well.
I'll go with 1 again.
Okay, so that leaves 27. And we're going to turn this around. And and by default, that leaves 37. So we'll take these out now. You may notice that on the back of those are some random words. And these random words came from this book, which is a murder mystery that takes place in the 1500s. And the main character is a monk, and is kind of like a detective. So what we're going to do is take the numbers that you randomly selected, and do anyone of you happen to have a phone handy? If not, yeah, okay. If you can open up your calculator and add these numbers together.
All right.
And when you have a total, go ahead and name it.
20. Yep, I got the number.
Okay, and what's the number?
138.
Really, 138, okay. I didn't think it would be that low, but okay. 138, let's turn to, let's grab my glasses so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, I actually just overlay up to it. So, hopefully, I don't know, I'm going to have to move in here. I didn't pick this part through, but if I hold this up, can you see what it says on the top line?
Yep.
Outside the cubicle, moving quietly. Now, that doesn't really mean a whole lot, because what we're really looking for is, you said this adds up to 138. What does What does 1, 3, and 8 add up to?
12.
12.
Really? So if we count down 12 lines, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, because the cubicle door opens outward. Yep.
Yeah.
And these were the numbers that you randomly selected. And on the back of all of these are random words. The first of which is, actually I think that's the last one. Oh, you know what? I put these up here in the wrong order because I wasn't paying attention. Sorry about that. So that's to go like this. So this one says cubicle. This one says door. The one I knocked over says open. And the last one says outward.
Wow.
Thank you, ladies.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all I have today. Hit me.
Wonderful. Yay. Tommy, as usual, you boggle the mind.
Nah.
Okay, well, you boggled
Nah.
my, which is easy because I have half a mind. But no, really, as usual, you use fascinating props, interesting props, often arcane books, that whole feel of bizarre magic, which I love. And you're so appreciated, Tommy. I hope you know that. You just had recently an in-person, what we call live show in New York City. How did that go?
It went really well. Very well attended with a full house. And they gave me a standing ovation at the end. So.
Wow.
And they weren't
Wow.
even my friends. Well, some of them were my friends. But
You didn't
so,
even have to pay them.
I know.
Awesome. I'm so excited as well that you'll be guesting. We couldn't get you on. I wanted to have you on my debut show, which is tomorrow of season 5 of The Magical People. But because of scheduling conflicts, you'll be on the second show, which I'm really grateful for. Then we can go really in depth into your life and details and how that. And I'm gonna say incredible mind works because it is. I'm not just saying that to be nice. It takes a certain kind of mind to be able to be so devious. No, to be so clever and to think a certain way. It's awesome. If people want to book you, how can they get in touch with you, Tommy?
So you're not going to ask me what my favorite genre of magic is?
Oh, let's see. Oh, I guess so, sure. I
It's
think we know, don't we?
it's real magic is my
Ah,
favorite genre. Real
so you
magic.
stand naked and you make a magic circle and you use the candles and you do incantations, really?
Maybe, maybe. No, uh, for me, it's uh, originally magicians were considered healers. They weren't entertainers. They were healers. And for me, magic is equally about healing than it is about entertaining. Maybe even more about healing than it is about entertaining. Not that it's not a good thing to be entertaining, but there's so many entertainers in the world that that's all they're about themselves, you know. oh, look at me. Look at what I can do. Not all of them. There are a lot of them out there that are about giving and helping and raising consciousness, like Ed and Kenton and yourself and so far everybody on the show. But there's a lot out there that if you're not looking what I can do, and
Absolutely.
that's not me anymore.
It's absolutely true. It's about giving them an experience, either consciously or not, raising them up vibrationally, so to speak. And you certainly do that. Let's say folks want to get in touch with you. I'll ask
Yeah.
that question
So,
again.
oh, I'm sorry. Not to make the world show even longer. Let me find my. Here we go.
You're going to have those fancy graphics. I love it. I
Yeah.
was hoping you'd do that. There we go.
Yeah.
TommyBurnett.com, themagictaboo.com, which is also your, how do I put this? Your magician's stuff, your bizarre
Yeah.
magician's stuff.
Yeah.
And I love it. I just perused and it's like, whoa, this is real magic on so many levels as well. So there's information. I'm doing the Alan Ludden thing, the password thing.
Yeah.
Some people don't know what I'm talking about, but I do, and we do. Nonetheless, thank you so much for agreeing to come on the
Thank
show
you,
this
my
time. And we'll catch you very, very soon, probably on the Tuesday and the Wednesday
Yeah.
shows on
Well,
Facebook. Let's put our hands together for the great you are, Tommy Burnett. Thank you. Yay. Wow. I don't believe we've come just about to the end. My biggest worry is that our spooky tech, he calls himself our spooky tech, is still awake. And I don't know if he is or not. I hope he is because he always has incredible things to share with us. So I'm going to have us join all of us together in a great round of applause for the great. I say great a lot, but you guys really are. Even Peel.
yeah.
Yay.
I had a friend sitting with me on my shoulder, keeping me awake. So thank you. Right. Right. Before I start, I'm going to do two fairly quick things, and the second one I would like Kenton and Micah to help me with. So I'm just checking that they are still available on camera and in voice for when I go on to my second routine. If not, while I'm doing the first bit, I will try and think of a couple of other people to. Kenton and Micah, are you out there? Can you hear me? No, they're not. Anyway, for the first routine, I was going to get in Cheryl and Michaela anyway. Okay, just like that. Look at that. There we go. Hi there, girls.
Hello. Hello.
Right. Okay. So let me just go to different camera. Right. I've got some little Ouija boards here. And some lovely little skulls. These little silver skulls.
That's cute.
Yeah, very cute. About the size of a thumbnail, a little bit smaller. Anyway, I've got 4 of those. And I've got a little questionnaire board here, which I'll hold up to the camera in a moment. Or we could go to that camera and see which is easier. Can you read? There we go. Can you read those? Or do we need the other camera? Yeah. Okay. So there are 15 questions. Actually, it's easier for me on this one. So I'll just go like that. There are 15 questions here. So, Cheryl, what I'd like you to do is I'm going to show you all 15, and one of them will really appeal to you, and I want you to just get that in your head and think about it. So tell me when you read through the first 8.
Okay, I read it.
And then there's the other 7, because 8 and 7 is 15.
Okay.
Yeah. So have you got one there that appeals to you?
Yes.
Yeah, and you've got it in your mind. So now, so just relax and concentrate on that. Now, on the back of the 4 Ouija boards are randomly those ideas or thoughts. So if I just go through each one, okay, and do you see your thought or your idea on there?
No.
No, you don't. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll put it there and we'll put a little skull on no. You see the yes and no?
Yeah.
We'll put a little skull on no. Okay, how about this one?
I see it. Yes.
You do see it, okay. And we'll put a little skull on yes. And how about on this one?
No.
And we'll put a little skull on no. And finally on this one.
Yes.
Yeah, you did see it on that one. And we'll put a little skull on yes. So what I'd like you to do, there it is. What I'd like you to do is now just really concentrate on that. Yeah. Okay. And think about, okay. Right, well, there's a word that's come into my mind as you were thinking about that. So, Cheryl, what is it that you were actually considering? What was in your mind?
Do I need to change my diet?
Your diet. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Right, okay. So I need another 2. It'd be nice to have another 2 people. And okay, so we will have. Okay, let me just slide you 2 away. In fact, Cheryl and Michaela, we've got quite a lot of hands up. Can you put your hands up, all those that wanted to volunteer? So Cheryl, choose one, and Michaela, choose one.
I'll say Tommy.
You'll say Tommy, and Michaela?
I'll say Lee.
Lee. So Tommy and Lee. Okay. So therefore, it was your choice, not mine. So you now know we haven't set anything up with these 2. So, okay. So there's Lee. And Tom. Tommy. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So, Tommy and Lee, hey? All right. I have here some cards. Well, they're not cards. They're like little, well, they are. They're little postcards with various images on. And these ones here are dark and negative. I mean, that one, all sort of negative or weird. Or that one you'd enjoy, Tommy. There we go. Yeah. And here, these ones are either give happy thoughts, a bottle of wine, and various other. Well, let me just get these. I didn't look at the way they are. These are all sort of holiday in Paris. Oh. Okay, so they're all colourful ones and dark and broody ones. So let me just have a look at you. I think, Lee, I think you are the dark and broody type of person. Yeah. So we're going to give you, I think there's, yeah, I think we'll choose the eye for you. And Tommy is a happy, well, let's give you a heart. And then we will give these a good mix up. So they are well and truly mixed, and we'll do that again. But when you've got a cloth over your pad, the cloth does all sorts of stupid things as well. Okay. You reckon these are getting a good mix?
Sure.
And in a second, I'm going to give you the opportunity to choose a postcard or picture, sight unseen. And sometimes I might offer you one, might offer you two, might offer you three or four. And you can choose to use that one or discard it, or to, if I offer you several, you can have some of them or all of them or none of them. Okay. So let's just give these a really good mix. So and we'll start with Tommy, seeing he's happy. Tommy, there's two here. Would you like the bottom one or the top one, or neither of them, or both of them?
Can I have both?
You've been greedy now already. Started off in greedy mode, Tommy. Okay, so because Tommy was greedy, Lee, I'm going to go and offer you one, so you can have it or reject it.
I don't want it.
You don't want it? No. I offer you a card and you just don't want it?
No.
Okay.
Give it to him. He's greedy.
Tommy, have it to hold or to reject it and throw it away?
Throw it away.
Okay. What I would like you to do is really get yourself emotionally attached to these, yeah.
Okay.
And just see how you feel. So Lee, you haven't chosen any yet. Do you want one or both?
Both.
Both. Okay. Tommy, to have and to hold or to throw it away?
Have and to hold.
To have and to hold. Yeah, let's give. In fact, I'm going to give Lee some really difficult decisions now. There's 5 there, Lee. Let's start from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Three and 4.
3 and 4. Yeah?
Yes.
And you definitely don't want any of those?
Nah.
Definitely not?
Definitely not.
Definitely not. It's your life. Lee had too many there. Just one for you, Tommy. Yes or no?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Lee, you're the lucky man. I'm going to give you a choice of 3.
Okay.
Yeah, what? All 3?
I'll take them. Yep.
You'll take all 3?
Yes.
Me. Okay. Because I hate you, Tommy. 1.
Well, all right, I'll take it.
You'll take it?
Yeah, because you hate me.
Yeah. Lee, you've had too many to choose from, so literally 2 to go now.
Throw them away.
Throw them away? Both of them? Yeah?
Yep.
Tommy.
Yeah.
Any or all or none of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I'll take all the odd numbers.
All the
One,
odd numbers.
yeah, one,
So
three,
1, 3, 5, and 7. Yep.
yep, yep.
Lee, yes or yay or no?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So let's have a look. In the discarded ones, we expect there to be, a mix of positives and negatives and positives and negatives. What's interesting there, that one, which is both positive and negative, you rejected. And, I'm glad about that. Tommy, you had positive thoughts and you had positive outcome for everything. And Lee, you were thinking dark thoughts and all the dark ideas came your way. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you, ladies.
You're welcome. Hey.
Hang on, let me just do that, and then that, and then that. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, it scared me there. Wow. Wonderful as usual, Kev. I love that. It's visual. They both were. They were amazing, amazing. You so inspire myself, and I'm sure other performers as well. I'm not just saying that. I hope you realize that.
Thank you.
What would be your favorite genre? I think I can guess, but I want to hear it from you.
Well,
Because I
SpongeBob, obviously.
yes.
It has changed over the last couple of years. I was just a general odds body, one size fits all type magician. I used to do a little bit of everything. But then I had the luck to run into Tommy and a few other people, and I was persuaded to go down the path of the darkness. And ever since then, yes, I do like the bizarre magic and mentalism, but I enjoy doing general magic as well sometimes, just to
Sure.
mix things up. Yeah.
I don't know what it is that's so captivating, but it captivates me. Your props and whoever else uses props for bizarre magic. There's something so neat in the materials and the subject matter. They're so neat that always grabs me, and I guess you could say it possesses me. I don't know if that's a proper context here, but nonetheless, always a pleasure. I'm so thankful
Thank you,
that
Dr.
you agreed.
Michael.
Thank you. Thank you for doing
And
our
it's been a
check
long show tonight, so well done for.
3 hours. Wow. Thank you so much. Let's put our hands together again for the great Kevin Peel. Yay, who also does our work. He's our spooky techie. Let's see who we had on today's show. Edward L. Underwood from the US. Thank you so much. John Kaplan from Canada. Ari Fleischman from the US. Yay! We had Roy Stone from the UK. Magical Miss Charlie from the US. Micah Cover from the US. Mitch Coth from the US. Myself, what are you going to do? From Canada. John the Great from the UK. Lee Germain from the US. Robina the Enchantress. Yay! From the US. Tommy Burnett, US. And Kevin Peel from the UK. Very, very excited that you guys joined us this month. We're here the first Friday of every month. Please join me tomorrow on my season 5 debut. Tomorrow being Saturday, November 2nd, when we'll have on board Kenton Nepper and the great Robina the Enchantress. I'll be interviewing them and talking really, really important stuff I know. So, if that's I don't know, is that it? Have we done it? I think we have we done it, Kevin? I think
I
we're
think
done.
we've been done. Yeah.
Yeah, we're
From all of us, from overdone, that's true. Not well done, overdone. From all of us to all of you. We'll see you all soon. Thank you so much.